Modern life is full of contradictions. We have vast computing power in the palms of our hands, yet some choose to play mindless games on their device. Others are busily scrolling through the detritus of other people's social media postings. Observations like, oh, look at what that cat is doing, needlessly cloud our brains. Yet, we are busy, aren't we? We are actually more than busy. In fact, we are in a rush. We need to gain every possible second so we can spend it later adding comments to someone's irrelevant online post. In the process, we are losing touch with how to engage people. Passively devouring social media cannot be a game changer, yet this is how precious moments are being spent today. In Japanese, they say kuki o yomu, or read the air. But in this hustling life, we can miss the context, miss the bigger picture. This is not a cost-free exercise, folks. Welcome back to this weekly edition, every Tuesday, of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, President of Dale Carnegie Training Japan and best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? In this show, we are looking at the critical areas for success in business in Japan. We want to help advance everyone's thinking so that we can be at the forefront, the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. Before we get into this week's topic, here is what caught my attention lately. Japan is among the biggest users of robots in the world, with 303 robots per 10,000 employees in 2016. This is the fourth largest globally, according to the International Federation of Robotics. What does Japan think the future looks like work-wise? The Pew Research Center noted that 89% of Japanese were saying it was probable or definite that robots and computers will take over many of the jobs currently being done by humans. This percentage was the second highest amongst nations surveyed. 74% thought people would have difficulty finding new jobs after being replaced by a robot. 83% saw economic inequality worsening. Only 35% thought there would be better, higher paying jobs available as a result of robots and computers taking over most work currently done by humans. In other news, OECD data shows that in 2016, the Japanese created $41.54 in GDP for every hour worked, below the OECD average of $46.98. The group of seven average was $55.39. Japan's GDP per hour worked is the lowest in the G7 and lower than all the major economies in the OECD except for Korea. Japan's productivity remains significantly lower than the United States at $63.26, the EU at $57.64, and roughly half that of top-ranked Ireland at $82.15. Maybe we need those robots here after all to improve productivity or encourage more Irish migrants to move here. This is episode number 60, and we are talking about haste makes waste in business, baby. Sore dewa ikimashou. So let's get going. Is speed in business expensive? Pushing ourselves to go faster and faster is getting crazier. It is not all upside, though. Constant hustling can lead to large and small errors of judgment. We get so caught up in living 24/7 lifestyles, we start to miss big pieces of the success puzzle. People are the key to most businesses, but look at how we treat them. We push past them to get into the subway car, or we block the train exit corridor because we are transfixed to a tiny screen. We cut drivers off in traffic to gain a 10-second edge. We try to barge in elevators before the occupants have all moved out. We dither around and then hit the panic button on a piece of work and make everyone jump through hoops to make sure the deadline is met. We either end the sentence for the person we are speaking with, or we cut them off and lunge in with our own preferred words and ideas instead. Doing more, faster with less, we are constantly hustling to gain time. The process becomes addictive. The unrelenting daily email tsunami pushes us to gain extra time all the time. You would never know that the subway trains arrive every 2 minutes in Tokyo by the desperate way some people are scrambling to get into carriages. This unquenchable thirst for saving seconds becomes our norm. Our contemplative self is subsumed by the mad rush, us leaping around like a lunatic. We start to lose awareness of the impact we're having on those around us. Our words and actions become one-way traffic as we do unto others, as we dictate. What do we all preach though? Customer focus, good listening skills, sensitivity to clients' needs, consultative sales techniques, etc. Decades ago, I saw a very funny Mr. Boo Chinese comedy in which the hero, Mr. Boo, steps on the toe of another passenger in the subway car, doesn't apologise, and gets into an argument with the stranger. The next scene, he is visiting the house of his new girlfriend, and of course, the father turns out to be the gentleman he was rude to in the train. Very funny. As we watch him squirm in his embarrassment, imagine if every interaction you have with others where you are overly focused on hustling for your personal gain came back to haunt you like Mr. Boo's father of the girlfriend experience. How would this change your behaviour? You would definitely take more care about the people around you, how you spoke with others, and your general interactions with humanity. You would start aligning a lot more of those heroic, beautifully framed, wall-mounted vision, mission, and value statements with your actions. You would start to value the input of others because for the first time in a long time, you would actually be paying full attention to what others are saying. You would become more considerate of others. Why aren't we doing this now? Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. If you want to sell more and do it more easily, do the Sales Advantage course. If you can't build trust, no sale. Can't design excellent questions to understand the client's needs? No sale. Can't present the solution convincingly? No sale. Can't handle objections properly? No sale. Can't close? No sale. Master the sales process by doing the Sales Advantage course now in either Japanese or English. Welcome back. The slow food movement was a reaction to the impersonalization of the food service industry. It was a getting back to the basics, the fundamentals approach. We need a slow business movement to help us do the same thing in the way we run our businesses. Scrambling for extra seconds, so we can spend more time glued to screens, featuring Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, email, etc. is actually pretty pathetic. when you sit back and take in what we are all busily doing with our time. Is the content of social media really that valuable? Or are we living our lives vicariously through the goings-on of others, most of whom we have never even met? Scrolling through their posts, we lose time and we lose our focus on more important tasks. Is this what we were so vigorously gaining those additional seconds for, by constantly cutting corners? Ask yourself, what are you doing with the additional time you have managed to squeeze out of your day? Are you employing it productively? Contemplation as an idea is vaporizing right in front of us as we constantly hustle. Context is down for the count. Self-awareness is an increasingly short supply. Who we really are and what we actually stand for in our value system is getting badly bent out of shape. When we're madly running around, we are not focused on what is going on around us. We are just rushing to the next spot because we are in the zone. We can't see ourselves as others see us. This is a product of the haste of modern life, a life bristling with technology that is supposed to save us time. Actually, we feel more time poor than any time in the past. This is the irony. We are wasting our time at a prodigious speed. Time is life. So what does that tell us about how we are living our lives? This indecent desire for speed comes at a price, and we need to be vigilant about the consequences. One of the things I really admire about Japanese society is how, with a massive population living cheek by jowl for centuries, they have managed to remain so considerate of others. As busy as this society is, and it is super busy here in Tokyo, they have maintained a decorum with each other that is admirable. What are we doing by comparison? Are we focused on the people around us, or on our phone, on their feelings, or our racing internal clock? There is a cost to being in a constant hurry, and that is the actual diminishment of the strength of our relationships. That is an expensive transaction right there in the modern business world, where gaining trust is paramount. So, if you find yourself constantly or hustling like mad, stop and ask yourself, what is the cost of all this speed? What is this all for? What am I actually doing with all these contraband minutes? Ask yourself, am I doing the thing at this moment that is the best use of my time? Unleash the contemplative you instead and practice tuning yourself into other people. Get your face out of your screen and onto the big picture. This is the universal, timeless, key business success skill. The quality of our ability to do well in our engagement with others based on our shared trust. Our modern instinct of rushing all the time can mean we're in danger of losing this vital business success skill. How's it going for you? Have you got it or have you lost it? Action steps. 1, develop more self-awareness. 2, give people your 100% attention when you engage them. 3, prioritize contemplation. 4, make haste slowly. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show is here to help you succeed in Japan. Subscribe on YouTube, share with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Thank you for watching this episode, and remember, hit the subscribe button. Our website details are on screen now. enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. It is awesome value, so check it out. In episode 61, we are talking about the winning presentation mindset. Find out more about that next week. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you, and we have only one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.